Hey gamers! You ever played a game where a character annoyed you so much that you wanted to throw your controller? Or maybe a character became so controversial that people fought over them on the internet like it was a battle royale. Well, today, we're talking about game characters whose fame came from controversies. Some were hated, some were debated, and some, well, they just broke the internet. So, let's dive in. 1. Ashley Graham, Resident Evil 4, the damsel in distress controversy. Ashley Graham, the US president's daughter in Resident Evil 4, was supposed to be someone we'd want to rescue. Instead, she turned into a walking headache. She couldn't climb, couldn't fight, and her biggest talent was screaming, "Leon, help," every 5 seconds. Fans found her annoying, but some critics also accused Capcom of portraying a female character as completely helpless. Fast forward to the 2023 remake, and Capcom decided, alright, let's fix this. Ashley became more independent, made smarter decisions, and actually felt like a useful partner. But was it enough to erase the trauma of escorting her in the original? Probably not. 2. Aarish, Red Dead Redemption. The stereotype debate. Some characters are added for comic relief, but Rockstar's portrayal of Aarish in Red Dead Redemption didn't sit well with many. He was a drunk, unreliable, and constantly lying character. Basically, every negative stereotype about Irish people rolled into one cowboy. Many Irish gamers and critics called out Rockstar for reinforcing outdated stereotypes. Rockstar, of course, stayed as silent as Arthur Morgan in a poker game. The controversy faded, but the debate on character representation in games? That's still going strong. 3. Lara Croft, Tomb Raider. Too much or too little? Lara Croft is one of gaming's most iconic characters, but in 1996, her exaggerated body proportions and tight outfits made her more famous for other reasons than her treasure hunting skills. Critics accused the gaming industry of designing female characters only to appeal to male players. Then, in 2013, the reboot gave us a more realistic Lara, a character who was vulnerable, strong, and actually dressed for adventure. But guess what? Some fans weren't happy. They missed the old Lara, so whether she was too exaggerated or too realistic, Lara just couldn't catch a break. 4. Sun Wukong, Black Myth. Wukong, China's Dark Souls? When trailers for Black Myth, Wukong dropped, Souls-like fans got hyped. The game looked stunning, but when it finally released, some people criticized its combat mechanics and balance, comparing it to Dark Souls in a bad way. Then came another debate. Some Western critics found the game too Chinese. Yep, apparently, being inspired by Chinese mythology and storytelling was confusing to some players. But controversy or not, this game proved that AAA gaming isn't just limited to Japan and the West anymore. 5. Eve, Stellar Blade. Too stylish or too objectified? Even before Stellar Blade released, people were arguing over its main character, Eve. On one side, fans loved her stylish combat and sleek design. On the other, some critics slammed the game for objectifying female characters with revealing outfits and unrealistic proportions. The debate got so heated that Twitter became a battlefield. Some defended it as an artistic choice, others called it outdated fan service. But when the game launched, reviews were mostly positive. The controversy? Still hanging around like an unpatched bug. 6. Yasuke, Assassin's Creed, Shadows. Historical accuracy versus wokeness. Ubisoft's upcoming Assassin's Creed, Shadows hasn't even released, and the internet is already in flames. Why? Because one of the playable protagonists is Yasuke, an African samurai in Japan. Now, Yasuke was a real historical figure, but some argue that he wasn't a full-fledged samurai. Others say, chill out. AC has never been 100% historically accurate. Ezio was an Italian assassin running around the Ottoman Empire, after all. But instead of discussing gameplay, combat, or story, people are busy fighting over wokeness. 7. Astro Bot, PlayStation. Too cute for Game of the Year? Astro Bot, a lovable little robot, started as a tech demo for the PlayStation DualSense controller. But when it won a Game of the Year award in 2024, hardcore gamers lost their minds. Some argued that it only won because of PlayStation branding, while others called it a cheap Mario clone. But here's the thing. If a game is fun, creative, and well-designed, Does it matter if it's cute? Apparently, to some people, yes. 8. Abby Anderson, The Last of Us Part 2. The most hated character ever? You knew this was coming. Abby from The Last of Us Part 2 was hated not just for her actions in the story, you know what she did, but also because of her muscular physique. Some fans claimed her build was unrealistic for a woman, while others accused Naughty Dog of deliberately making her controversial. 5 years later, even the actress playing Abby in the upcoming TV show is getting hate. Seriously, people, move on. 9. Tracer, Overwatch. Slimmer design equals controversy? Overwatch's mascot, Tracer, found herself in controversy not once, but twice. First, in Overwatch 1, Blizzard removed one of her victory poses because people called it overly sexualized. Then, in Overwatch 2, some fans noticed she looked slimmer and less curvy. Cue the internet outrage. Was it just a visual update or an attempt to change her appearance for modern sensibilities? Nobody really knows, but people sure love to argue about it. 10. Trevor Philips, GTA 5. The most chaotic character ever. Last but definitely not least, Trevor Philips from GTA 5. Sky is racist, sexist, violent, and completely unfiltered. But that's exactly why some players love him. Critics argued that Rockstar made him too extreme, while others called him the perfect representation of GTA's chaotic nature. And then, of course, there was the torture scene controversy, which even got the game banned in some places. But let's be honest, GTA thrives on controversy. And there you have it. Gaming's most controversial characters. Which one do you think was the most debated? Let me know in the comments. And if you want a part 2, smash that like button.